Hello and welcome to our Estates Professional Spotlight and Q&A series. My name is Nordis Forcade-Martin. I am the founder and CEO of Florida Probate Partners, a real estate team that specializes in working with probate attorneys, professional guardians, and trust officers in helping them sell the real estate needs and assets involved in their cases. During this series, we delve into the intricacies of probate and estate planning, and we do this with the goal of educating our community by showcasing the professionals who are problem solvers in this arena. As serious as this topic is, we like to bring light to these conversations, so do expect to have some fun. Welcome to our show. Today, we have the pleasure of having attorney Terara David. Terara, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Hi, Nordis. Thank you so much for having me here.
It's our pleasure. So please tell us a little bit about you before we get right into the questions.
Sure. I'm Terara David. I'm the founder of Estate Law of Florida. We help people with guardianship, probate, and estate planning throughout the state of Florida. I've been practicing for over 12 years now. I have offices in Lighthouse Point and Coconut Creek that can also help anyone throughout the state of Florida.
Awesome. Love it. So we're going to get right into some questions and enlighten our community. So Terara, tell us, what is the power of attorney?
Okay, so a power of attorney is a legal document in which you designate an agent to act for you financially or transactionally. It can be used to pay bills like FPL, using the IRS to handle taxes, handling contracts, sell property, even to file a lawsuit. This is a document that you would want to appoint someone very responsible because you're giving them very, very broad authority in most cases. There are different types of powers of attorney. You could do a limited just to sell property, for instance, but the general durable power of attorney is going to be very broad.
Understood. So can I use a power of attorney to sell someone's property after death?
So no, power of attorney actually extinguishes upon death. So for instance, if your mom died and you were her agent, you absolutely cannot sell her property or even use the power of attorney after she passes away. You won't be able to go to the bank. You won't be able to call anyone. You won't be able to get any assets in her name because it literally extinguishes upon her passing. So that authority is gone, and you would need to reach the different institutions in another way.
Understood. Okay. And I know this is a bonus question, by the way. Does a power of attorney continue to exist if someone becomes incapacitated?
Yes. So in Florida, we have something where you would sign a power of attorney. Say I sign a power of attorney tomorrow and I later become incapacitated. That power of attorney will still work. There used to be a power of attorney where it only worked upon your incapacity. That is not even valid in Florida anymore. So now you have to sign it ahead of time. And then it's supposed to work in emergency situations.
Understood. So if someone becomes incapacitated, they already assigned someone as their power of attorney. They don't have to worry that ceases to exist because that person that granted the power of attorney rights becomes incapacitated. Got it. Thank you so much for answering that. Do I need to open probate to sell someone's property after death?
Okay, yeah. So if you only had the power of attorney, then most likely it really depends. It depends how the property is titled. If it's titled as a joint owner with special designations on the deed, then it would go to the other co-owner. However, without these special designations on the deed, that portion would still have to be probated. So for instance, I own it with my mom as joint tenants. My portion, and I die, my portion would have to be probated, my 50%. If there's certain terminology in the deed, then you may not need probate. It would just go to the other person automatically, which would be my mom. If
Got
it's
it.
titled in a trust, in most circumstances, a property titled in a trust would not go through probate. So that's another bonus. And then lastly, there is another type of deed. It's called an enhanced life estate deed. Some people nickname it a ladybird deed, but the proper term is now enhanced life estate deed. And if it is that you basically put a beneficiary on this deed, and that person would inherit it automatically upon the other person's death. If it is solely in the decedent's name, like it's just in my mom's name, she dies, then yes, probate is 100% needed.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for providing that information,
Yes.
Tara.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into one of the most interesting parts of our interview, where we get to know you a little bit more on the human side and not just the attorney, Tara. So this is called the lightning round, and Tara doesn't know the questions that I will be asking. And that's the purpose of this, to get the real Tara talking to us and telling us a little bit more about her. So Tara, first question, if you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time?
Sounds kind of boring, but I'd probably read.
I love reading too. You get lost in these stories, right?
I do, yeah.
What do you love to read, by the way? Is fiction, nonfiction?
I definitely fiction. I like anything with drama or true crime, things like that. I actually listen to podcasts on the way to work, usually some type of true crime situation.
Love it. That's awesome. All right. So what are some small things that make your day better?
Coffee. For sure. I could not live without coffee. Definitely coffee and maybe some candy at the end of the day.
Ooh, nice treat.
Yes.
And you're
Yes.
coming into candy season. So
I know.
that's one reason why I don't like Halloween, is because of all the candy that is easily accessible.
For sure.
What are you interested in that most people haven't heard of?
That most people haven't heard of. That's a tough one. I do like to read a lot of medical journals, so things that
Oh,
are kind of quirky like that. And I also follow a lot of environmentalists, like O Search is one of them. So yeah, I just read anything. As I mentioned, I love reading.
that's really cool. And then the last question is, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Don't sweat the small stuff, probably.
Don't sweat
Definitely
the
a good
small stuff.
one. Yeah, definitely. People definitely need to take that advice sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Tara, for joining us and for sharing your expertise with us. How can our followers reach you?
So I have an Instagram. It's at Attorney Tara David. I also have email, which is my name, Tara David, TD at elflorida.com. You could also call us 954-951-7274. But feel free to follow me on Instagram or send me a message on Facebook. You can find me there under State Law of Florida.
Love it. Thank you so much again. We hope to see you again soon, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you. This is such a great idea for the community.
Thank you so much. It's what we do. See you soon, Tara.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.